Now, the world is a better place because you are here to join us. My name is Matt Brown. I am the host of the Productive Conversations podcast, and it is your first show of 2025. What's up, everybody? Ryan and Jose are in the building for this first Productive Conversation, the first tweet cap of 2025. What's up, guys?
How's it going? Happy to be back on the show.
What's up, guys? Happy New Year.
Yes, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you too, my friends. But yes, we had a nice 2 week break. A lot of stuff going on in the holidays, but everything seems to be back to normal. But as you know, always check us out on all podcasting platforms and YouTube. And check us out with a busy week. This month of January, we'll have some extra shows for you, thanks to our friends at Magic Mind. So that will drop on Friday as well. We have Tweet Cap tonight, Tuesday, the 7th, Tweet Cap Friday, the 10th of January. Then this week we'll also have a wild card preview for the NFL playoffs as that begins. Wild card weekend preview, and then the college football semifinals preview this week as well. So lots to do. We got to let's get into it right away, and we're gonna have a lot of fun, guys. But 2025 is here. So why don't we talk about our big story for 2025? What are we gonna start off with? What is trending? Well, I'll tell you what. Fox Sports 1, guys. Heard what's going on over there. So there
Indeed,
is
I
a
have.
lawsuit against one of Fox Sports's personalities or former personalities. Skip Bayless is in a ugly lawsuit where allegedly Skip Bayless offered a hairdresser $1.5 million to get it on with each other. And amongst this very weird situation and in this lawsuit, some other things that were mentioned of note, which includes allegedly Joy Taylor, one of the personalities from Fox Sports 1. Well, she allegedly slept her way to the top to get her show. She allegedly slept with Emmanuel Acho, and who is one of the hosts there, and also a guy named Charlie Dixon, who is a Fox Sports 1 executive, and she apparently did this to get on to Undisputed. And the hairdresser also on other things. No, she said that Colin Cowherd was very professional and a very nice person of note. But the main thing here that allegedly not only the weird thing about Skip Bayless getting sued and offering millions of dollars for a night of fun with this hairdresser, but also what's more popular within this lawsuit is the fact that Joy Taylor allegedly slept her way to the top. Listen, I'm not gonna front, guys. I don't watch Fox Sports 1. I never liked Fox Sports 1. I think all their content is trash. I think it's boring. I'm not a fan of their personalities. They're all silly. I didn't know who Joy Taylor was until this lawsuit came out, but it's pretty funny to say the least when you have this be the thing to talk about. And funny in the sense that, like, wow, after Me Too and after all this empowerment, are we still having these stories allegedly happening? It's kind of sad, you don't you think? I'd like to think people earned their spot on merit, no matter if you are a man or woman, and not sleeping your way to the
Oh,
top.
she definitely earned her spot.
And she went on her show today when she went on the first show back and act as if nothing happened. Also amongst this, not directly named in the lawsuit, but people talked about her relationship with Shannon Sharp and that they went on a date together, and a reposted picture of those two together was on. And
Mhm.
he did not mention it on his Nightcap podcast, but he interviewed CM Punk with Chad Ochocinco instead. But yeah, guys, I mean, first of all, to start from the beginning, did you know who Joy Taylor was? Have you watched her on Fox Sports 1? The only thing I get from Fox Sports is Colin Cowherd messing up. And I see that she was on his show often. And well, it's nice to know at least he was professional this whole way. But
Yeah, I
Jesus,
was
this is
gonna say. I
messy.
mean, I've never seen her show. I'm sure, if I've watched Coward and I've seen Bayless do his thing before when he was there, so I'm sure I've seen them. Seen her rather at some point. but I didn't know, like, I don't know her in particular. I'd like to point out that everyone caught some smoke except for Colin Coward, and makes you wonder whether or not Colin Coward may have may have incentivized
Mm.
the plaintiff, be like, hey, also while you're doing that, put some nice things in there about me. But no, I don't know. My thing with this is, and this is gonna sound horrible, but I was thinking about this. $1.5 million is a lot of money. Like an obscene amount of money to just hand somebody, right? That almost seems not believable. And then when you tell me, by the way, it's Skip Bayless, who's got so much money, he could just part ways with $1.5 million for one night. I don't know. I listen, I want, obviously they need to look into this, and Bayless, if he did keep propositioning this woman after she said no and then try to solicit her, is a creep and needs to be called out for being a creep. But that seems like a lot to me. I'm going to need a little bit more than the initial reporting to be, all in on the I can't believe Bayless did this thing. Eh, Now the other bit, like you said, Matt, the more interesting bit, frankly, with the sleeping to the top, that's interesting because I haven't, maybe I just didn't read enough of the complaint, but what does that have to do with Skip Bayless?
I what I get from this is that she was spilling the tea on this lawsuit, and she just said, "Oh, by the way," because you're right, that is literally random, and this has nothing to do with the
Right.
actual lawsuit. And who knows? This lawsuit probably wouldn't be a recap story. It's the sleeping the way to the top. That is.
Right, but like we have to talk about the lawsuit in that's when it came out. Like she's doing this lawsuit and she mentioned it kind of randomly in this lawsuit. The numbers don't make sense to me in terms of what she was solicited for. I don't know. I think something fishy. And I'm not saying she did or didn't sleep with anybody, by the way. I just something feels fishy about all this to me. Um, but yeah, if she did that, then I mean, yeah, that's probably gonna make a lot of people upset, and they're gonna probably call her out for doing that. But in fairness, they were gonna do that anyway, more than likely. Most times, men get mad at a female sports broadcaster. That's typically where they go within pretty short time. So I don't know that it actually changed anything for her. I'm sure she's heard that before. I guess now the difference is it might be true. So you know what I mean? But yeah, I don't know. The whole thing sounds kind of inky to me. I'm not sure what to think yet. I'm gonna reserve some judgment until a little bit more comes out. That's my personal opinion. And I think it's why she was on TV acting like nothing happened, is why Shannon Sharp said nothing. Because I think
You're
there
just
might
gonna
be a little
let
bit
this
more to this.
go.
I think there might be more to this, and
And
talking right
HO
now would be
goes
bad.
on his show normally too. By the way, people point out about he posts this clip saying, "Oh, I can't wait to have her on my new show and everything." That clip is gone from 2 years
Hmm.
ago.
Hmm. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I so say I don't want to say it's not anything. It might be, but I think the reason no one's saying anything right now is because there's more info that's going to come out, either positive or negative, I don't know. And them talking right now before Fox can get ahead of it is going to be a problem. You know what I mean? So,
So can I ask? So this is the hairdressers in her lawsuit is putting her homegirls sleeping her way to
yeah,
the top.
she just
Yeah.
tossed it in there.
Can
That
I?
and the Cowherd thing. She's like, I was harassed by Skip Bayless.
Right.
What's it called? Colin Cowherd's a cool dude, and Joy Taylor slept her way to the top.
But couldn't Joy
Those
Taylor? Couldn't Joy like she gotta have proof? Couldn't Joy Taylor? It's kind of like what defamation? Couldn't she come back with a lawsuit against her
I mean,
saying
yeah,
she has
theoretically,
proof?
unless it's true. I mean,
Right, right. But I mean, she got to have some fucking like kind of proof into the matter. Like, how do you know she's sleeping away to? You got something,
well,
maybe.
right. And I mean, ultimately, that's kind of why I'm like, we've not heard anything but the claim.
Right.
We've not seen like screenshots or anything of her messaging that executive. None of that's come out yet. Not saying it won't, it might. Just none of that's out yet, which is why I'm like, this is like it. the fact that it's not even about her and they kind of just inserted her into this lawsuit to make it public information that she slept her way to the top feels like a personal gripe. It feels like a personal hit, in my opinion. You know,
Probably.
we
Yeah.
talk about hit pieces all the time, and we use that word incorrectly most of the time. But this would be a hit because she didn't do anything to this hairdresser, presumably. The lawsuit certainly doesn't claim that she did. The lawsuit's about Skip Bayless and what he allegedly did. So her inclusion is just a hit. They're like, also, look at this person. I don't like her. She slept her way to the top. There's no other reason for that information other than the plaintiff just doesn't like Joy
Or
Taylor.
it could also be that she is trying to paint the picture that F1 is just one big orgy. And if you want to
Yeah.
make it or you
Maybe.
be
Yeah,
harassed,
it's
that's
possible. It's possible she just wants to be like everyone's on everybody and that's
the
how they do
cult,
things
yeah,
out there.
the culture in there. It's
Yeah.
kind of
But then
extra
why
been
then why insulate Cowherd from all that? You know what I
because
mean?
she
Like
probably
again,
got nothing in coward, because it's the
And
same.
but just
Like,
leave him out there.
and
Just don't
that
say anything.
Joy often works with Cowherd.
right,
I
yeah,
assume, yeah.
that's true because
Gotcha.
you're
So
kind of linking
I
them
don't
two
know.
together.
It seems weird. I want to see more. That's all I know.
It definitely happened. I should say that it definitely happened. I bet you there's a good chance that happened. It's just like, of course, this weird network that all these weird things happen. You remember last year? I think we might have TC'd this when what's his name? Oh, what's his name? The guy who used the R word is the man back
Oh yeah.
regarding some
I forgot who
NFL
it was.
take. There's
Yeah. I remember
that.
that.
There's all this. I'm just saying, man, and
I don't
just
know.
the jokes that come by.
I mean, the jokes are good, right? And then every picture being scrutinized. It's all funny. I'm not. It's probably mostly harmless in fairness, but like I said, people are going to say this about women in broadcasting regardless. So that's fine. I feel like I need to see just a tad bit more. I believe it's possible. I'm not like, oh, there's no way. But I don't know that I've seen enough to be like, oh, this definitely is what happened.
Well,
You think it happened though, Jose?
fuck yeah, it happened.
Well, she's like, there's a lot of pictures with her and what's his name?
She probably slept around too. It's just homegirl probably slept
Uh,
with more important men.
I
With
forget.
Shannon, with
Not
the
Shannon. H.N. Yeah.
Ho.
Yeah. She was like, there's a lot of photos of them together. They went on like dates. There's one of like them in her home together, and they're like
Yeah,
watching
because
TV
that's how she
together.
needed to get the job. Sadly,
Well, I mean, listen, I don't know anything about that. I just know that it seemed pretty obvious to me from those pictures that they were at some point an item in some way. They were
but this
sleeping
is the
together,
guy
dating,
though.
whatever. So,
This is the typical executive who had to use his power. Sadly, it seems. So this is what he looked like.
well, yeah. So if this is not true, by the way,
Oh Jesus!
this is the guy who's gonna do the lawsuit,
He
not
was
anybody
named
else.
in the
It is
He
him.
was named in the lawsuit. Charlie Dixon.
No, I know. I'm saying
We
if it's
talked about
not
it
true,
again. If a guy works at Home Depot, you're SOL. But if
right?
you have some power,
So, but
eh,
this person is being accused of
Hmm.
sleeping with Joy Taylor, right?
yep.
Yeah. So if the Joy Taylor thing is nonsense, if, that's the guy who's going to sue this hairdresser into, a generational amount of debt. And we'll see what happens. Because, like I said, the celebrities, they can kind of get by it. You know what I mean? Every good celebrity has got a little secret scandal that some people kind of believe, kind of don't, about who they're sleeping with and how they're sleeping around. Like, that's just the part of being a personality. But executives, they're not public like that. So she put his name out there like that. She better have some sort of proof that those two slept together, like video evidence, phone call, text, something. Because if she has no proof of that, that dude's lawyers are going to end up eating her lunch. That's what I'll say. And honestly, even if it did happen, if she doesn't have proof of it, they're still going to send that woman into poverty forever.
I'm just gonna leave this here. Send me good questions for your pod, Stephen A. Y'all can keep this feeling like they do over at Fox. Wouldn't be surprised, sadly. Oh, jeez.
I don't want to
Watch,
think about that with Steven. I don't want to think about Stephen A.
He
I don't want to
puts
think
it
about
out
Skip
there.
Bayless either. By the way, I don't want to think about either of them in that way.
Jeez.
1.5
Anyway,
million is an obscene amount of money, though. We can agree to that, right? If that's true, that's the most
oh
desperate
yeah,
thing I've ever heard in my entire
for
life.
for one night with somebody, yeah.
That's insane.
Not surprised. Shows how much of a loser he is, if
Well,
that's true.
how like I would not expect Skip Bayless to have 1.5 to just spend on a night. One night for 1.5 million
Well,
dollars.
how much was this Fox Sport deal? I know it was some crazy amount.
Was it 1.5 a night? That's a crazy going rate.
I know it was a crazy amount. I know whatever his deal was with them was some outrageous shit
The
for him
amount
to
of
do.
money that I'd have to make to be comfortable losing $1.5 million in one evening, it's a
Yeah, but
staggering amount.
it's not like he got man all the money he made in ESPN and all that back then.
There are countries with GDP lower than the amount of money I would need to make in income to spend $1.5
It
million
was at it
in
was at
one
the
night.
time. Remember, he left Fox Sports, but the
Yeah.
deal was, and March 2021, 4 years, $32 million. That's still an insane amount.
But all right, 32 million. So this guy's like, I know I'm going to make 32 million, but what if I just made 33.5 million and spent 1.5 on one night with this hairdresser? That's an obscene amount of money. I'm sorry. I don't believe that number to
Do you
be
realize
true at
for
all.
guys like you realize how much just to get laid for us guys, normal guys to
Mhm.
go to the movies and a dinner? It's the same equivalent to 1.5 of
No, it's
Oh,
not. No, it's not. For Elon, right? Or like Bezos, yeah, of course. I get you. I'm with you there. If
I
we're
just
talking about Bill Gates, I'm with you. 100%. 1.5 million makes perfect sense. For
but realize,
Skip Bayless,
that's not
does
true.
not
Realize
make
no,
sense. Does
realize
not make sense.
one week paycheck at Home Depot for my Home Depot fellas. They probably make 300
the
bucks.
whole deep fellas.
Them taking a girl just to just a chance to get laid, a movie and a dinner. They just lost one third of their paycheck for the week, and they probably get paid every two
Yeah,
weeks.
for the week, I'm saying like this is so much more.
Yeah,
1.5
but he
million
probably
is
got
not
back end
week. It's not
investments.
weekly. 1.5 million is not his weekly salary. I'm sorry, that's incorrect. Mathematically speaking, with 32 million as his contract, he's not making 1.5 million a week.
He probably got
So
stocks. He probably got into the Bitcoin game too. You know.
we just keep we're all
Yeah,
speculating. I'm
Bitcoin.
just saying that he doesn't make that kind of money. Skip, what are you doing? Call a
Skip,
normal,
listen,
call a
Skip.
normal call girl.
No, no. You
Yes, you
get
don't
Skip.
Yeah,
need a
Skip.
right.
hairdresser for
Skip.
Exactly.
1.5. I'm sorry,
Skip
you
I'd be
don't.
wants
buying on that
comfort.
one.
You don't want no. You want comfort. You
He
want a girl
doesn't
to
he
rely
doesn't have
on.
that kind of money. That's all I'm saying. I'm looking out for his
He got
financial
it.
interests. Skip, if you
Well,
get out of it,
how old is he? He got like 10 more years in him
Skip,
and
if
he's
you get out
done.
of
I think
this,
he's in his 70s.
you need
Yeah, he's
someone to manage
done.
your money, Skip. When you get out of
Skip
this, if you
Bayless
get
is
out of this,
73 years old.
yeah, if you
Skip
make it through
Bayless.
this and you're not a pest, if it turns out you're not a pest, you're just a man who can't spend money, let us know. We'll manage your money.
Skip Bayless is on borrowed time. All right.
You do gotta admit, you want Stephen A's reaction to this.
Oh,
Yeah, but he's
100%.
not gonna give it.
Yeah, he would have
No,
given it
he's
already. He would have been,
yeah.
by the time we recorded this for his Monday pod, he would have said something that went viral already.
Oh, also, can we talk about Jason Whitlock just real quick? What the hell was that tweet?
What do you say, real quick?
He's like, I stayed away from her because I know what I'm capable of. I mean, it sounded to me like he was
Jerk.
saying, I would have assaulted this woman if I was near her. Am I wrong for am I hearing it wrong? That's how I heard that. He's like, I know what I am. I know what I'm capable of. So I stayed away from that woman because I know how I am. And I'm like, what does that mean? Unfaithful
That's
to your
why
family?
people.
Maybe. That's
That's why
like the
people don't
best way.
respect him.
I don't know. That was a weird thing to just freely admit in the public eye. Like, if you really had those thoughts, I mean, obviously I feel bad for you, but also just, don't, you don't have to say it. Just leave it inside, you know?
No, you don't. All right. Let me move on. The Golden Globes were this Sunday, kicking off our award season for the movies. I'll say one thing, there were some things interesting. I feel like there's no clear big favorite going into the award season. I know
Mm-hmm.
we will cover it all like we did last year.
Mm-hmm.
But all your typicals won, all the typical actors won. Did you guys happen to see the Golden Globes or no?
I saw like I've seen acceptance speeches. I've seen Nikki Glazer, who I thought did a pretty good job, as the host actually. But yeah, I didn't watch the whole thing because I don't care enough. But I watched the monologue, I watched the bits, and I saw a few of the
We talked
acceptance
about last
speeches.
year with Joy, what's his name?
Joe Coy. Yeah,
He was awful.
Nikki Glazer did a way better than Joe Coy did. Like way better.
But you want to know what the real viral moment was? Was when they were doing the box office achievement Golden Globe, a brand new one.
Yeah,
They
what the heck
have
is
the
that?
they're just trying to stay relevant, but they had Vin Diesel be the one to
Present
announce
it.
the award and present it, and this is what he went viral for doing that.
Hey, Dwayne.
So for those who don't know, those two had a public beef
They did.
while shooting the Fast and Furious series together. So it seems like all is well now, right? Friends, everything's okay.
Well,
I
it's
mean,
frozen over. Whatever the issue is, it's no longer an active beef. It's like the Cold War.
I thought
You
it was
know?
over when he appeared in the last freaking Fast
No.
and Furious.
No. The Rock will go anywhere for money. That's the mistake people make. And that's the reason why he is so wealthy beyond a lot of other actors in Hollywood. Is you get to a point in Hollywood where you say, I don't need to do this. I'm insert famous celebrity. I've got more money than anyone can possibly have. Not The Rock. That's why he was on Netflix today, giving the Ula Fala to his cousin Roman Reigns after the first match on Raw on Netflix. If there is a dollar sign anywhere in Rock's, if you can send any amount of money to the Rock's bank account, the Rock will attend your event. And I think that that's genuinely true. And the only time he doesn't attend is when he's got two things, and when he does that, he goes to the thing that makes him more money. So, no, I don't think it's squashed because they were in a movie together. I think The Rock wanted the paycheck of being in a movie, but they're not actively beefing anymore. Clearly,
Friends.
that's how I see it anyway.
Well, it'll definitely be interesting there. And, as you know, especially once the Super Bowl's over, we'll get really into this award season. The Oscars are March 2nd, so pretty early.
Yeah.
And yeah, so anyone have any early things they're interested in with the Oscars this year?
Yeah. What are we doing with the whole, what is this Amelia Perez movie?
Yo, that's funny you say that, Ryan. So
Never
we'll
heard
quickly
of
get
it.
into it. So Amelia Perez came out last year in Cannes. So this movie took home the Golden Globe for Best Picture, specifically comedy and musical, right?
Yeah, comedy musical, yeah.
So this movie, Amelia Perez. So let me read you the plot. It's actually a French film. It's a French production. It's not American.
Mhm.
It's a Spanish language French film.
Sure.
The film stars Zoe Saldana and a bunch of people who are famous in Mexico and France and stuff like that.
And Selena Gomez is in it too, right?
And Selena Gomez is as
Yeah.
well. Now, here's the plot. I think it's kind of interesting. So the plot is the film is about a feared Mexican cartel leader who enlists a lawyer to help her disappear and achieve her dream of transitioning into a woman. And it's a musical. Now,
Mhm.
actually, this movie is considered on a filmmaking standpoint good, but it's actually considered very offensive to both the LGBTQ community, very offensive to the Spanish community, especially for a film that's a Spanish film and having some people don't like the idea of a French filmmaker making this Spanish film. And it's actually, despite it being considered good, a lot of people are very against it. But yeah, why don't we just do a little quick sneak preview here? And this is a clip of this movie that won and is infamous for now. I gotta figure out how to see it.
Hello, very nice to meet you. I'd like to know about sex change operation.
I see. Men to woman, or woman to men.
Man to woman.
From penis to vagina.
Hello, very nice to meet
Okay.
you. I like.
So, hold on. I know we made a lot of jokes about Wicked when we covered it when it first came out. I do get that about, it's soft or whatever, right?
Penis, vagina. Penis,
Yes.
vagina.
Thank you, Matt. Obvious, like, what? How do you go with that one over Wicked? If you're going to pick a
Exactly.
musical, we had a real musical you could have done. You didn't have to do that one. You could have done the good one. The one
Like I
with
said,
that
there's
was
articles
good,
on
that people
articles.
saw and knew what it was.
There's articles on articles, people being offended by this movie, and
I'm not even offended. I just don't understand how that one best
and that.
musical.
Well, right, exactly. So
I've never even heard of it, and then when I did hear of it, it was bad. Like that was bad. The singing was bad. The premise is interesting. Honestly, if it wasn't a musical, I'd be 6 or 7 times more likely to check it out. Although, honestly, I'll probably watch it because it's gonna get nominated, and I have to watch it for the show. But I'm like, what? We had a musical this year. Musicals usually suck. Like that one. And if it was a year where all the musicals suck, then fine. You pick the sucky musical that has Zoe Saldana in it because she's famous. I get it. I'm good with that. But we had a good musical this year. So just give it to that one. This is like a slam dunk. This is the easiest thing they've ever had. They've never had it so easy. There's one good musical. Just pick that one.
I don't know, bro, but I guess we'll see if we could get that Best Picture nod.
Could you
We'll see how
imagine
much
if
it
that
carries.
gets nominated for Best Picture?
I
Like,
mean,
is that
movie
a real
even
thing?
out?
wait, what'd you say? What is it about?
When
It's
it
about
was no, not what it's about. When was it even out?
Yeah.
It came out this year in France. It's not American. It's not American. It's a mainly
It only
French
came
film.
out in France. So Zoe made a movie, and it's only you have
And
this
Selena.
blockbuster star.
You could
and
go
Selena.
to like a art house film, like an independent art
Yeah,
house
yeah, of course.
film,
Oh.
theater houses in like New York City to watch it.
I think
Yeah.
the
How
only
did
way
they convince Selena Gomez and Zoe Saldana to
well,
fly to France and do this?
I get Selena
I don't
Gomez.
know.
It ain't like anybody's running to see a
Selena
Selena
Gomez is
Gomez
getting married
movie.
and she's got a big
Yeah,
TV show.
to some ugly dude. That's
Well,
what.
it doesn't
That's the only,
change the time
that's
commitment
the
whether he's
only
ugly.
reason people give a fuck about her relationship is like, damn, she's going out with
No,
Frankenstein.
but I'm
Like,
not talking about that. I'm not saying anything about the guy.
I'm
I'm
not.
just saying
I'm
the
just
time
saying.
commitment is the same whether he's attractive or not. She has to do a wedding and she's on a TV show that's quite popular
Yeah,
still.
but it only takes like 6 weeks to do a couple of episodes. Her
What are you
scenes, at
talking
least.
about? Matt, please correct him how long it will take to film a show like Only
Three
Murders in the
months.
Building.
I think a few months you could film a season, depending on how many episodes.
Yeah, well, yeah, a few months. So she
They
did
made
that
it
and then
in
flew to
scenes.
France?
I don't.
Was
Maybe it was
was it
filmed.
filmed
I
in
don't know.
France?
Yes.
I assume
It's
so.
a French. It's a French production.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a French.
Are you?
Doesn't mean
Do you guys
anything.
know?
I mean,
It's called
American films
Pathy,
are.
which is like a Netflix in French. Pathe. I might even be pronouncing it wrong.
Well, so it's not even Netflix. It's a fake Netflix.
No. I'm saying the distributor like a Netflix. I'm saying
Yeah.
it's complete. Everything's French. It's all
Yeah,
French.
no, I know that. I'm saying
In
it's
Spanish though. Well,
yeah.
Spanish and English.
But I'm
the
saying
language.
Netflix is in France. If you wanted to watch Netflix in France, you can. But they didn't even do that. They're not on Netflix France. They're on French streaming services.
Like I said,
I
this
don't
isn't
know.
a Hollywood production.
No, I know that. It's very
What was-
clear it's not a Hollywood production. But I don't
But
know.
it's getting
That's
love.
crazy.
Exactly.
That's
if anybody
crazy.
is curious about the consensus, it's a 76, which isn't that high.
That's not
for,
horrible though.
No, for like an awards film.
Yeah.
So Carla Sofia Gascon, she's the cartel leader in this, the character, or like the actor. Hello. All right. Hopefully you're back in 1 second.
Oh, Lorenzo. Heard of this
Uh,
stupid movie?
Yep, I hear you.
Okay, great. So
I hear you guys. Yep.
the consensus is Carla Sofia Gascon, she plays a cartel leader who wants to transition, is Emilia Perez in a swaggering musical crime thriller of genre-bending fascination that is also an unapologetic trans story.
Okay.
Yeah, I seen this. All right, I know what this is. All right, I seen. My girl try to make me watch this shit, and I turned that shit off real quick.
Your girl has a very, very unique taste. Every movie and book we cover, she runs the gambit, dude.
Well,
I'm gonna
she
say
has
that.
she has this
Hey, it
app
is on
on.
Netflix if you want to watch it. It is on
We're
Netflix.
gonna
I see it
have
right
to.
now.
Yeah, we're gonna have to.
But will you watch it until
No.
it's
If it doesn't get
nominated?
nominated for anything, I will not be seeing the movie.
All right. Sounds
No,
good.
and to be clear for anyone listening, it's not because of what it's about. It's because how bad that scene that I just watched was.
Yeah, you're right. It's about, from what I remember, the parts I seen. It's about a drug lord changing, trying to get like evade bullshit by changing uh, uh sex.
Like that, honestly, premise-wise, sounds interesting.
It
The part
does.
that I'm not interested in is Zoe Saldana singing to a French doctor about penis and vagina or whatever the hell we
Yeah,
just listened to.
She's the
That's
one
the
who's
bit.
trying to set it up for her. So
Yeah, I know
I
that.
figured, yeah.
I get the premise. I understand the entire premise. They got a lawyer that's trying to do all this. They can avoid doing it, change and avoid. I get it. And that's all good. Without the music, I'd probably be into it actually. But the music isn't there, and I don't get it. That didn't need to be a musical. That's all I'm gonna say.
Interesting stuff. But I hope that there are more Amelia Perez viral stories.
I hope not.
If we can only get so lucky.
So New York City, listen, I know this is a very local story, but I feel that anybody can have opinion on it. On Sunday, New York City officially launched their congestion pricing program, which means that any car that enters the borough of Manhattan under 60th Street, pretty much anything south of Central Park,
Yeah, lower Manhattan.
you will be charged $9 as a pedestrian, as much as $21 for a tractor trailer, $12 for commercial vehicles, and blah, blah, blah. What is amazing is how this is actually mixed for some people. They want more people to use the subways and train systems, despite the rampant violence that is taking place in those subways, whether you're burned alive, whether you're stabbed, whether you're
Where
shot,
it's going
what
off.
yeah, whether
Yeah,
you're thrown
recently
off.
been tossed off of it. Yeah.
And well, what a good time to unleash this program onto specifically the people of New York. And yeah, most people who are smart realizes this is such a cash grab and a stupid idea. Then there are other people that there is two sides to every story who talk about the environmental thing, benefits that can happen and stuff, and getting more people into the subway system. And despite them even bumping up those train tickets, yeah, guys, I can't believe. Oh man, and just seeing those videos of people cheering when they released the signs, it was almost like they paid those people to cheer for that.
Well, I
What
will
are
say
we doing
this.
here,
I
everybody?
will say, and I get it. Obviously, in case anyone listening didn't catch on, Matt has a strong opinion about this. I don't
Yeah, I
think
don't
that those
like it.
people were paid. I don't think those people were paid. I think there are not. I think I know for a fact that there are real people who want to see the train system used more, who want to save the environment. All great, all good stuff. We want to. Everybody wants clean air and all that. Like no one disagrees with that. And I think that those people do see this as a way to do that. My thing is that one, and this is a bit stereotyping, so forgive me. A lot of those are going to be, more affluent, whiter, college educated liberals who, frankly, are still not going to take the subway. They'll just drive and pay the $9 because they got a fine job and they can pay $9. Um, so there's that. It's a thing they want because the stats show it will do this, that, the other thing, but they're not actually participating. They just want other people, and take other to mean what you need it to mean, uh, to do it for them. So that's one, and then two. I mean, I I don't know what the actual crime stat is for the subways in New York. Like I don't
Huh.
know how high it is compared to other years, but like recently, whether it's actually higher or not, recently some wild stuff has been happening on the subways in New York. Like we went through just a litany of things that happened within like the last 4 weeks, right? So no one is going to get on that subway. I mean, unless you always already do. No one new is going to say, now is the moment I'm going to get on the subway. What's going to happen is the same number of cars are going to drive, but now they're going to pay $9 and just be mad about it. So this won't fix the environment because no one's going to stop driving. All it's going to do is make drivers angry. And so I'm all for saving the environment. And frankly, I'm not necessarily against the idea of some kind of, toll in New York City, but you've got to fix everything else first. They're like, all right, we're going to make this happen so people have to use our subway. Where in reality, they should say, we're going to make our subway an incredible part of the city that everyone wants to use. And then to help pay for that upkeep, after you fixed it, we're going to use this toll. That's my opinion. I just think that the order of operations here is like, yeah, the subway's dangerous. Yeah, everybody's scared. And also, not for nothing, but, inflation and cost of living are the two biggest things in this country right now. We just had a whole election referendum about it, essentially. And so you're like, get on the dangerous subway or pay me more money. Like, that's literally hitting the two things everybody in New York is scared of right now, which is inflation and crime. To me, it doesn't make a lick of sense. I mean, New York State is supposed to have a $3 billion surplus right now from sales tax revenue that they're going to send back. By the way, breaking news perhaps for some of our listeners. If you live in New York, you're going to get a check from Kathy Hochul, the governor of New York. Her name's going to be on it. That's important. And it's going to be to make it so New York is livable. Her words, not mine. Cost of living is supposed to help with cost of living problems in New York. It's your money because of the increased sales tax. You're gonna get $300. So in case the last 2 years, in case the last 2 years you've just been $300 short over the last 2 years on rent, Kathy's got your back.
I hate you.
Maybe you use that $1 billion windfall that you got to fix your subway, and not just hand people a check with your name on it in the hopes that people will remember you gave them money and vote for you in 2026. That'd be my suggestion if I were a New Yorker, which I've been told repeatedly I am not.
I hate this woman.
I don't hate anybody, but she's wrong.
If these people could go on the subways without their bodyguards for like, I don't know, 5 years in a row, then maybe.
I mean, people use the subways. Like, I won't sit here and pretend that everyone gets on the subway and dies. That's not true. But, like, enough people have gotten hurt on the subway recently enough, right? That it's like, okay, maybe now is not the time to force everybody onto the subway,
Yeah,
like,
right.
Maybe now is not the time because there's a lot of stuff going on. I don't know. That's my thought anyway.
You got any views on this, Jose? Anything else to add?
Well, for a guy that takes the subway all the time, not really. Well, the girl that got on fire, that was her fault. So I'm not really.
Well, what are you talking about?
Who the hell sleeps in the subway?
Who lights someone on fire, Jose? No, I'm not. We're not gonna fine that. Matt, take it back. It's not fine. That Jose's wrong again. But this is bad wrong. Yes, you shouldn't fall asleep on the subway. I'm with you. I take a subway every day too. Not this one, a different one. But I take a subway every day too. I'm with you. You don't sleep on the subway, but you should be lit on fire for doing it. The punishment for falling asleep on the train should not be burning alive, okay? And come on, Jose.
It's not an inferno match.
Get real.
Well, I mean,
get real.
Hey, you play stupid game, you get stupid prizes.
No, stop it. Move on from the flame person. You're wrong, and we're not allowing you to continue to be wrong.
Listen,
I'm commandeering the situation. Move on to the next point.
It's not gonna really. I mean, this whole thing about the $6-8. Do you with your Easy Pass? Do you get a discount?
No.
You just get a charge. You a sucker.
Listen, I give two shits. I don't drive. Who drives in the freaking middle of Manhattan? God bless you.
Well, a lot of people have to for their job. Well, listen, yeah, not anymore.
Honestly, when I thought of that, I was like, well, if I ever do decide to drive, I know there's gonna be plenty of parking now.
That is true. That's on top of the extra.
I will say that. So I will say this though, for both of you, and I saw the tweet. Someone was on TikTok, rather. Somebody was trying to boycott this decision by making everybody saying nobody drive in the city, right? Because they're going off of what Matt said, and I do believe this is wrong. I mean, everything in the government's a little bit about making money, of course, but thinking of this as, oh, this is another cash grab. They're just trying to take more of our money. That's really not the point. It is to reduce congestion, as the name says. So if you're trying to protest it by not driving, all you're doing is exactly what they want you to do, which is not drive. Like to be super clear, as much as I've been against this, and I do think it's a bad idea for a number of reasons, if everybody through sheer stupidity decides to take the train as a protest, they will see that as an absolutely unmitigated success because you stopped driving, you cleared the congestion in Lower Manhattan, and you took the train. That's exactly what they want. If you do that, then you're doing exactly what they wanted. And if that means if you're okay with doing it, then congratulations. You actually are not against this. You're just probably just against the governor, which fine, do it you. But I'm saying if that's really all you care about and you're still going to, now you're going to take the train, you're just going to be pissed about it, then just don't be pissed about it because that's all they want. They don't want your $9. They want you not to park there. That's what they want. I'm serious. I know you don't have to believe me, but I'm serious. That's what they want.
You guys are so funny. Let me play you some more funny stuff. So did you hear what happened on the one-on-one with Mike D podcast? Rapper OG Too Low. Well, he did a Plaxico Burris, if you will.
Oh, I saw something.
Look at this. Look at this.
And choices we got in life, those were your choices.
And he shot himself in the leg.
Who shot who? Somebody got shot?
Lo, you good, Lo?
I hope.
Bro shot himself on a podcast.
Did he actually shoot himself?
Yeah, he shot himself in the leg. Nothing major, no major injuries.
Yeah.
I don't think he even had to just nicked him before he had a serious problem. Like it nicked him.
Yeah. That's crazy. Why did he bring a gun on the podcast?
He needed to be. Maybe he was going off the New York City subway and needed some protection.
Yeah, well, no, I'm not saying don't have a gun in general. It's your Second Amendment right. It is what it is. If that's what you want, that's what you want. But I feel like you're safe on the podcast set. You could probably put it down.
You're right. You think?
I don't know that you need to bring it on set with you. You could just leave it off with you, on the side and pick it up on the way out. You know what I mean? You could leave it at coat check. I think you probably could do that if you wanted to. I assume they have that. I don't know.
Yeah,
it feels weird to keep it in your pocket
on a podcast.
I mean, Plexico, to his credit, was at a club, right? Came in off the street, went to a club, didn't have time. You've planned a podcast, you've agreed to a podcast, you've probably received some of the questions ahead of time. You know what I mean? You've met with the hosts, your people have talked to their people. There's a lot of things involved. This has been on the schedule for at least a month, I would bet. I feel like you could have that day had someone else hold your gun. You know what I mean? You knew with enough time that you might be sitting down for an extended period and that maybe you don't want to keep your gun on your person. I don't know. That feels strange to me. Why did I don't want to be a conspiracy theorist. You think he shot himself on purpose?
Oh,
No.
come on now.
No, seriously. It went viral, right? I don't know who. What'd you call him? What is his name? OG what?
The rapper was OG Low.
Did you know of OG Low, either of you, before he shot himself in the leg on a podcast?
I've heard that name before, but no.
Yeah, but I'm still not gonna know who he is after this conversation happened with you. So,
but I'm way more likely. I'm way more likely to remember that OG Low shot himself than anything else about him. I don't know. That feels weird.
That shit hurts, and that's $1.5 billion just for someone to remember me.
I'm not saying it's the best idea anyone's ever had. I'm
throwing
it out. I'm just asking questions.
You can tell.
It's 2025. I'm just asking questions.
You can tell by looking at him. He ain't the smartest. Ain't the smartest person in the world. He ain't the sharpest tool in the shed.
Doesn't that speak to my point that maybe this was a harebrained idea?
Well, of course. What the hell he needs to put his finger on the trigger for?
That's what I'm saying. He reaches into his pocket. I scratch. I don't know what the plan was there. And then he shot himself. I don't know. It feels a little bit like maybe it was on purpose. I'm serious. It feels a tiny bit like he knew that was going to happen. And he was like, yeah, this will go well. And then, than he did. Someone seemed really upset though. Did you hear it in the background? Like, oh, come on, man, or whatever.
Yeah,
Like,
because now when he goes to the fucking hospital to get that shit done, now you got fucking officers coming in and be like, "Where
no,
was
I
his
know
gun?"
that, but it's almost that part made me think that this has happened before, which speaks not to the
Oh
fact that
wow.
it's planned, but to that this is an accidental thing that this particular rapper has a penchant for doing to himself. So I don't know. I would love
I,
to
t-
watch more
I
interviews and see if anyone else gets shot during these interviews. That could be his new gimmick.
I took it as the guy that says, "Come on, man." It's like, fuck, I just got out of prison and I can't be around people with firearms. And now I'm gonna answer this on live fucking TV or podcast or
I
wherever the
mean,
fuck
but
they
no one
film
even
this.
saw the name. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know. I'm just saying. To me, that seems strange. That was my take on the whole thing, and that was my take before I saw the video here. I saw it myself. I was like, I don't know. I think he might have shot himself.
What a what a way to get yourself out there. And how
Yeah.
about this? Did you hear what this guy did? There was a guy who gave this woman $1,000 tip and her number, only for her to text, "Hey, it's Trinity. I have a boyfriend. Thank you so much for the tip. We needed our rent paid for next month." Simp. How you do that?
I
You
mean,
just
yeah,
gave
that's
away that money like that.
yeah.
Jose, is
He's
that an ultimate cuck move?
It's an ultimate Skip Bayless move, I
that's
see.
about to say he skipped Bayless that one. $1,000 is dirty work for a meal. I mean, unless you're Skip Bayless, apparently. In which
I mean,
case,
Post
yeah.
Post Malone gave a 2,000 tip to a lady. Just it was just on the
Just to get
fucking
ass though?
Well, I don't know if he got asked or not. I mean, he probably could get that for free, but I mean, yeah, I don't know who the dude is. He might have money like that.
Well, that's what I'm saying. We don't actually know. If you've got money like that, then yeah, sure, shoot your shot. But most people, I feel like, don't. You know?
That's hilarious. But how about this? We have a new trend going on in the world of hair and cosmetology and barbershops. Look at this,
Okay.
guys. This is the first ever
Whoa.
twerking barbershop. So you could go here, get your hair cut, and people will twerk for you while you're there.
Just a little bit of
Oh, love you right.
Wrestling on in the background, by the way.
in this club making wedding plans. If I take pictures while you do your dance, I can make you famous on Instagram. Hot damn it. Woo.
This gotta be
Your
a
booty
Lance
like 2 planets. Woo. Go ahead and go ham sandwich. Woo. Whoa, I can't stand it. 'Cause you know what to do with that big fat butt. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle.
I love your face, Ryan.
Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Just a little bit of Cadillac.
So that's all I got. I don't have information of where this is, the actual name of the club.
Atlanta or fucking Houston. You
You
ready
said
to
that with
go?
such confidence, too.
I put any money. Atlanta is in the Georgia era. The
I'll look right now.
Yeah, go ahead.
The
twerking
barbershop.
the twerking barbershop.
Barbershop.
That clip has did you guys see 20 million views on that?
Oh shit! People were watching over and over.
You think it's the
Wiggle,
same people
wiggle,
over and
wiggle.
over again?
Yeah.
Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle.
Come on now. Come on back.
I'm telling you, it's Houston or Atlanta, either or. You can totally see freaking Little Wayne walking down the street just to enter in.
And on top of this, we'll combine two segments into
Manhattan.
one. This is in the city.
Where is it?
Is it Santana Barbershop?
I don't know. It could be any barbershop. At least the one in the
maybe
20
not.
million view.
You think they
Twerking
can allow
barbershop.
that shit in Manhattan?
With congestion pricing.
Yeah, they're gonna shut that bitch down in 2
Hold on.
seconds.
Hold
You
on.
barely get a strip club in there.
But hold on. No, seriously. There is something in Manhattan. Santana Barbershop 7. Manhattan.
Santana sounds like Hispanic.
Yeah, it is
I-
different, but it's the same concept. If you look at it, there's a lot of twerking. So this is not a new concept. But this is not the same one. I can
Well, you
Twerking
see prices
barbershop.
on there?
I didn't see any prices.
I would like to know how many girl, like how much it would be. A haircut's probably like $40. Have a
Well,
girl
here's
twerk
World
all
Star
day.
Hip Hop. Here we are.
Can I also play you
Is this in Nigeria?
I don't think it's. I don't know where it is, but shit's just funny as fuck. Can I
I
ask
feel
you
like
this
that could
one
be
though?
racist. I don't know. Yeah. All right.
In this
I don't know
viral
where it
clip,
is.
somebody named the Mass tweeted, "Bouncing on it once or twice never hurt a friendship." Is this true, guys? Bouncing on it once or twice never hurt a friendship. Is that true or false?
I feel like I shouldn't comment.
Not for a guy.
Mine was better.
Not for a guy.
My friendship ended up better afterward.
Oh my god.
But I don't know. I won't speak for everybody. Jose says not for a guy. I'm gonna trust Jose on this one over my own opinions.
Guess what it's time for you for guys.
What is the
I
time
think
for?
it's time to start the year with the brand new OCDA occupational cares diversity affairs clip. All right, who's ready?
Ready.
Somebody in this quote, it's called "She attacked my cameraman." Let's see what Agent Radcliffe did when he went to a local clinic.
I love this. We're so in on this being real.
It's a real company with real
It's
people.
a real company.
That's what he said.
I know it is.
My name is Agent Ratliff.
Okay.
You not gonna shake my hand? Fuck it then. Excuse me? I said you're not gonna shake my hand. Fuck it then. Right here, we're looking for Mr. Brad Dunn, Tamika and staffing coordinator, and Nina.
So, if you would like to come have a conversation with me, but I'm not giving you permission to videotape me.
Look, listen, time out.
Go ahead and call the cops.
Everybody, look, we're gonna be recording, and I don't care about you calling the police. We're authority figure. Lame ass nigga, get your tight shirt, stupid ass wearing back there. Let me tell you what's gonna happen to you.
Is this a professional?
Yes, it is. This is a real company, and we deal with real complaints. You pull your phone out too, cause when you post it, your people, whoever follow you, they gonna love it. Oh, so let me tell you.
Tamika, take him.
Yeah. Oh, you Tamika. Oh, you Tamika. The staffing coordinator. Act like she on your side. Very two-faced. She most likely got on a colored wig. She hang with Karen, the super CNA that want to be a nurse so bad but don't want to go to school for it.
Tape him.
And let me tell you what's gonna happen to you. You gonna get married. You gonna have a husband. He ain't gonna want to do no penetration. He just gonna want to do scissor.
Oh, I'm glad y'all got him.
Boo the hole on coochie. That's all he gonna do.
Get out.
Boo the hole on coochie.
Oh my goodness.
Hey, get your phone on people. Hey, yeah, I'm not. See, now we got, yes, sir.
Get out. You don't take me without my permission. You don't take me without my permission.
Sir.
You don't take me without my permission.
Get this lady out.
Get out.
Get your old ass.
Open the door. Open the door. Take me without my permission.
It don't matter. You only been here. You finna be embarrassed, dummy.
Right? She's a piece of work.
Piece of work. What she is, OG? Huh? What you just said she was? Piece of work. She's a piece of work. Even the people here know she's a piece of work. And a piece of shit.
Oh.
Now you want to ask. What's OCDA?
You the one called me out here.
I'm the one that called you out here?
Yes.
Okay.
You know it.
They were legitimately mad that time.
I want to say this is actually important. This is a little PSA for the Productive Conversations Nation. You should really look up your state's rules about two-party consent with recording. I don't know where they were. I don't know where they were. But if you're going to scream at the top of your lungs on camera, you can't record me, you can't record me, you might want to just double check because it's very possible that they can record you. And therefore you can't go to a lawyer and be like, I was recorded without my permission, and so everything I said and did doesn't count. No. If it's if one-party consent is required in your state, then yeah, they can record you. That's how it works. So just little fun fact. Don't necessarily shout that every time you feel like you've been wrongfully recorded. Take that step to Google where you are and see whether you need one-party or two-party consent for recordings.
Right.
Free advice.
And I just loved, or you could just get mad animated and look really fun over there as well.
Oh, I mean, yeah, you could do that. Also, yeah, I don't. What was that? Why'd they follow him outside? That was weird. He left. Just move on. You know what I mean?
Because they were legitimately mad.
I mean, yeah, obviously, but just move on. Like, why? I don't get that. That's wild to me.
Jose, what do you think about that?
That crazy bitch needs help. I can't wait for the day you post like a clip of him getting his ass whooped because you know that's gonna happen.
It is at some point, yes. I mean, he's a big guy. He could probably hold his own, okay, but it is gonna happen. Someone's gonna throw hands at some point.
Yeah, I would love to see that.
All right, we have enough time for one more segment. We're going to do our comedian of the night. This will be our first comedian of 2025. His name is Alfred Robles. And let us enjoy some comedy.
Is this your boyfriend?
This is my sneaky link.
No? So you have a man?
Oh!
Hey, fucking add me to the rotation, girl. Yo, clap if you guys ever bought someone something expensive and they don't use it and you want that shit back. Would you buy the other guy something?
I bought a Hellcat.
For him?
Yeah.
And he doesn't drive it or... Let's call him right now.
Oh my god.
What up, big homie?
What's up, big dog?
She wants a Hellcat back, fool.
Come pick it up.
Hey, drop a pin, fool. I'll go pick it up. Fuck her, dog. Hey, she has you under X. But have you guys ever lied to someone and they still believe the lie and you haven't told them the truth? What did he tell you?
He just broke up with his girlfriend like 2 weeks ago.
You think he's still with her?
Maybe.
Oh my god.
Okay, put it on speaker and then just say, hey, babe, are we still together? That's it. I'm blocked. Let's call her with her phone, fool. It's ringing.
Are we still together?
He wasn't lying. They are broke up.
You're not loyal, motherfucker. Hey, you racist as
Si fuera mexicana, no sería pendeja.
He said, for those
Even I know that one.
He said if she wasn't Mexican, she wouldn't be so stupid. That's what she said in Spanish.
You bought a Hellcat! Oh, she's calling back already, bro.
Hello.
Yo, he still loves you.
No, he doesn't.
Wow.
That's
wrong?
honestly good on Robles for having that, because that's your whole show. You don't even have to tell a joke. You just go back to those two.
Oh man. Well, regardless though, I thought that was really funny.
By the way, you will never ever catch me on some shit like that.
Yeah, that was weird that they were both so open with calling their other partner
that they're cheating
on camera.
When me and my when me and my girl was first dating, like we would do comedy shows every weekend, and I will cringe being in the fucking front. And for some reason, we always get stuck in the front. And I'm be like, this bitch or whoever it is gonna do some mic work with some fans. I'm out. I walk out. That shit ain't happening to me.
Oh, I would definitely do that, but not if I was bringing, someone else. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not if I was trying to keep a low profile, but if me and my wife went to a show together, yeah,
right.
I would sit in the front. That'd be awesome. I would love to sing with Morgan J.
Might happen before you know it. I saw, man, he pretty much is in theaters now. He's going to be in New York in early February. Tickets,
I saw it too.
$110 to start.
He's
Where?
money.
At one of the theaters. I think it was maybe Webster Hall or something.
Making that money.
That Mexican dude's commanding $110.
Yeah.
No. Jordan, that's not Jordan-Emilia.
Oh
It's
no,
Morgan
not
J.
Martin Amini. Morgan J,
Morgan
the
J.
auto-tune singer. No,
Yeah.
not him.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
I don't think he's at that level yet. But Morgan J, I can understand.
That was actually one of the funniest things of tonight was Jose saying. You were like genuinely offended at the idea that he was making that much money.
Well, we might be giving him a reason to have that money soon.
Yeah.
But regardless, though, great work from Ryan, great work from Jose, great work from you, and it feels good to be back. 2025 starting off hot, and let's enjoy the year that is about to unfold in front of us. We'll see you later. Remember this week, NFL Wildcard Weekend preview, college football playoff semifinals preview, another tweet cap, and a lot of fun after that. See you later, Ryan and Jose, and we'll see you throughout the week.
Have a good night.